Please go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, good morning, Masters. Welcome to 21 Days with 21 Masters. So today we're on day 14, and that is Patriji's 14th principle, following your breath, no external dependencies. So today we're going to talk about what is meant by following your breath and what are external dependencies that we are trying to avoid. First of all, why meditation? Why are we in this field? What are we looking in terms of, what are we looking to achieve in terms of, in our meditation? So for meditation, we do meditation for peace, happiness, discipline. We want energy for healing the heart and the body. We want to increase our focus, have more spiritual clarity, and have a shift or a transformation in all aspects of our life that we want to make better. For emotional stability, greater intuition, getting to know yourself, your higher self, and aligning with the universe, and ultimately for enlightenment. And that is the ultimate goal for all of us, is to be one with the universe, with the divine. And why follow your breath? Many people say, oh, there's so many ways to meditate. But, in Anapanasati, we know only one way, the way that it works very well for everyone. And Patriji says, your breath is your guru. You need not follow anyone else in order to connect to your higher self. To know that you are God, all you need to do is follow your breath. We don't need to try to change the breath in any way. Just become aware of its flowing in and out. This allows us to bring our mind and our body into the present moment, away from the chatter of what has happened already and what needs to happen or what is going to happen that in the next moment or the next day or the next year. When you are in awareness of your breathing and your own emotional and physical state is calm, you do not require any external validation. You are exactly what and who you are. You are connected to your higher self and the divine at its most intimate level. Your breath is a constant, reliable resource within you, offering a foundation for peace that external things cannot provide. In essence, it is cultivating a self-sufficient, present moment awareness, recognizing that true stability comes from within. By following your breath, you get to know yourself, your purpose in life, who you are. You also get to know the Brahman and how you fit in it. And that's a very important realization, that who you are, what you are, what the entire universe is, and how you are a very important part of it, a very well-planned part of the entire massive universe that you're in. Now, what are external dependencies? During Anapanasati meditation, we follow our normal, natural breath, and we do not depend on external factors such as mudras, mantras, chanting of any type, counting, or visualization. During meditation, we also do not pray to living or non-living masters, because prayer is talking to God and meditation is listening to God. When you start listening to God instead of trying to talk to God, you enter the state of meditation. This is how we learn our purpose of life, how we want to live our life. That becomes far more clear. We connect to our higher state of consciousness to know the God inside of us. So that is what following the breath without any external resources, dependencies, does for us. So when we're born, regardless of our circumstances, regardless of any karma that we may be carrying, we all have equal access to cosmic energy. and we're all equal in nature. We all have the potential to recognize that we are God and that we can live the virtues of God. We have the ability to connect with our higher self for growth and not the external factors. So that right, that awareness, that ability is there in all of us, regardless of why we came to this earth, what our purpose is, and where we're born, what part of the world we come from, what karmic baggage we may have brought with us. So this is available to all of us. So now masters, many people want to follow masters, and that's wonderful. Masters have so much to offer us, their guidance, their inspiration. So we are not worshiping any masters. All we want to do is, follow the guidance of the masters and their inspiration. And they're teaching us to live a certain way of life that works for them. It may also work for us. And what we want to do is maybe imbibe some of their qualities into our daily lives or into our practices. And when we're sitting down for meditation, I know many of us, like to use meditation or soothing music, and that's fine. That is also considered an external dependency until you reach perfection in your meditation. And if you feel like, I'm at home, I'm sitting down, I want to meditate using, flute music or some other music, that is more than fine. But you should be able to go into meditation anywhere. If you're sitting in a train, you're on a bus, you're in a crowd, and you need to go to meditate. For example, just this past weekend, I flew, and while I was going where I needed to go and coming back on both times, I did follow my breath. There was no music. I didn't play anything. And I just, followed the breath for as long as I could. As long as there was no other disturbances, I was more than fine to follow my breath and get a little bit of meditation done while going and while coming back. So it was very nice and relaxing and soothing, and certainly made the journey far more pleasant. So what is our goal here? Our goal is to quiet the mind so that you can start hearing the divine. And that's one thing that with my own personal experience, I can speak of a little bit. You have no idea each time you sit down for meditation that that breath is going to take you. It may be, your usual meditation, or you might have some, experiences that are just, mean so much to you, and they're just for you. They're personal, they're with you, and the divinity that you hold within you. And that is so sacred, so personal. And sometimes it does make one very emotional, but then you see that side of you, and that is only found by following your breath. It is not something that you get from looking at something or focusing your attention on a particular object. So just by closing your eyes and following your breath, you have no idea when, where, how it is going to take you, and what experiences and realizations you're going to have. So then, while we're sitting down for meditation, it is normal to have thoughts, worries, distractions. And when you're sitting down with all of your locks on, you find yourself, focusing on the breath, then you find yourself drifting a bit. So just bring your attention back to your incoming and outgoing breath. It is normal to have many thoughts when you sit for meditation. We all have monkey mind, and that is the nature of the mind. It is nothing to get upset about. So what's important is to acknowledge the thoughts and the feelings that arise, and just think of them as passing clouds. Do not let the thoughts or the presence of thoughts upset you. I used to get really upset during my own meditation at times, and especially when I was a beginner. And there would be times when I would sit down for breathing, trying to follow my breath, and I would have all these negative thoughts that would come to me. And sometimes in frustration, I would just leave meditation. And I realize now that was not good, that, it is okay to be frustrated. It is okay to have because this happens to everyone. All of us, have good and bad days. So what's important is to stay determined to follow your breath, to help bring your focus back to your breathing. And sometimes what I'm finding is very helpful is that if I'm having a little bit of trouble focusing on my breath, then I start paying attention to my heart. So then I start breathing with the heart. And so that makes bringing the focus on the breath much faster, less time wasted trying to focus. And it just feels good. I feel like you're connecting to the divine within you when your focus is on your breathing, in and out breathing, and then you involve the heart. So then you're breathing with your heart as much as you are breathing with your nostrils. And that's been very helpful. It just takes me. It takes sometimes I feel like it takes just seconds to get into that focusing on the breathing with the heart. And so in Anapanasati, what we do is once we're sitting down and we are focused on our breathing, then, like I said, it doesn't really matter where and how it takes you. You just follow that. If you have experiences, you follow that experience. If you have thoughts, of course, you bring your attention back to your breathing. And as I said, involve the heart. That has been phenomenal for me for the last couple of months, using the heart for breathing. And it also helps to relax. So with that said, I would like to move us to meditation. So masters, please sit comfortably. Remove your eyeglasses if you're wearing them. Cross your feet. Lock your fingers. Close your eyes. And bring your attention to your normal, natural breath. Let's take a deep breath, 3 deep breaths. Hold for a couple of seconds and then slowly release. Now just take normal breaths and keep your focus on incoming and outgoing breath. Bharti ma'am, can you play the music?
Yep.
Masters, I will give a 5-minute warning. Masters, 5-minute warning. Just follow your breath. Seconds, Masters. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently place your hands on your eyes. Thank the universe that we're all here together. And open your eyes with a smile. Any questions on dependencies? Following your breath? Thank you for staying with us for this hour. We are open to sharing experiences and any questions you may have to start your day. Anything, Masters?
Thank you, Rumela ma'am. It was a beautiful session. Thank you.
Thank you, Surbi, Dineshji, all of you guys for coming, for staying.
Thank you. Wonderful session.
If there are no questions, Bharti ma'am, should we go ahead and conclude?
Yeah. Thank you all, masters, for joining. Have a wonderful day. See you all again tomorrow. Thank you.